everyone.
Hey,
Hello,
love
lovelies. Welcome to me
and Mini Me.
podcast. And today we have a special show. It's all about Father's Day. Yay!
My brother made a card and I made a card for him.
And because her brother is special needs, he's got his handprints all over, and it looks really pretty. And yours is actually like drawn in. You did it in the hospital, didn't you?
Yeah.
With the play specialist, and it reads, "Dear God, thank you for my daddy." Oh.
And inside it says, "Best dad in the world. I love you. Ryan and I are so grateful to have you. I hope this special day reminds you how much you mean to my brother and I. Lots of love, T and Ryan. XOXOXO.
XO means hug, kiss, kiss.
Hug, kiss."
That's really cute.
I know.
And it's really cute because you actually like
Spent
time drawing it in.
Details.
And at your hospital, they had like the whole event of Father's Day and stuff, which is really sweet. And I'm like, oh, so cute. So I was saying to them, make sure that you're going to be in hospital on Mother's Day, yeah? So you can write me a card, draw me a card, please. Somehow everyone seems to miss Mother's Day.
Because it's daddy, it's daddy.
Oh, it's daddy. Did you hear that? It's daddy. So what about mummy? No, nothing for mummy? The one that spends every day, every minute, every second of her life dedicated to her children. Daddy spends how long? But anyway, today we're talking about Father's Day because there's precious moments that daddy has with his beautiful children.
Yes.
It means the world. So let's celebrate daddy. And I can have my little jealous moment later about him. And speaking of daddies, it's my Father's Day as well. Well, not my Father's Day.
It's Father's Day.
My daddy's away, but it's his Father's Day. Not that he believes in Father's Day, but you know, I like to think about him. He's my daddy.
So why don't we each answer one question?
Yeah, I can tell you about memories of my childhood memories with my daddy. And
so you ask a question, I answer, you answer. Ask a question, you answer, then I like that. We'll both answer the question, basically.
Okay, so I'll start with what's your childhood. Give us some examples of childhood memories that you've had with daddy. So my dad, I'll start with my granddad. Well, not my granddad.
Your dad.
My dad.
My
I'm so
granddad.
confused. Yes, my dad. Your granddad. So my memories that helped us bond together. There's certain ones. Like at the top of my memory, the top of my list of things that we did together was praying. And I think praying, like my dad was on top of it, and that actually helped us bond really good. Like every day we had to pray together a few times a day, whenever he's around, like, you know, during prayer times. And that was like a special bonding time, I think.
Is there any other ones that other people might relate to? Because not all people
pray.
Going
to school. He used to always drop us off to Saturday school, not like normal school. Saturday school, it was his job.
Arabic school.
Well, whatever that is, but yeah.
Saturday schools for Christians.
It doesn't matter.
That's the difference.
No.
It's called Saturday school.
Well, there's Saturday school for Chinese people. There's Saturday school for violin and art and drama, and it's called Saturday school.
So why do? That's confusing. Why do they name Saturday school?
Because it happens on Saturdays. Okay, awkward silence. Yeah, apparently. Anyways, he used to do that. He used to take me to Arabic Saturday school, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure lots of people used to go to weekend schools, but that was my dad's job. He had to do that, and also doing maths
with him.
Yeah,
maths homework.
Now, I wouldn't say that was a positive memory that bonded us, because that was the time when my dad was losing his temper the most, because he just thought we were just thick and we never got any of the maths. He wasn't the best teacher, but you know, that was a memory.
I wonder where you got that from.
Who? What?
I wonder where you got that from.
I'm a wicked teacher. Yeah, so that face, not for those who are listening, is what? They can't hear. They can't see.
Okay, well, my mum is a very bad teacher.
Okay, so I guess I took it from my dad. Well, my dad, maths wasn't. I mean, he was good at maths, but he wasn't great at teaching it. So
his A game wasn't his best. It wasn't his best.
Okay, so that's my memories of my
My
daddy.
memories are. I remember. I've got a memory to do with me and my dad. Just one memory. It's not multiple times, but I've got a memory of
What?
me and him. Well, I was walking with my mom, and this I see it as like a way of love. And my dad had just crossed the road, and my mom's pushing the pram, and I run across the road because I'm like, Daddy, Daddy, because I don't know.
Daddy was behind us as he usually does. He doesn't. I'm more impulsive. I will run in the road if I find the road is clear. I would run, but my husband likes to stick to the rules and doesn't run and cross road unless it's green and ready to go. So I cross the road.
Well, that makes you not sound like bad for anyone listening.
I'm more of a risk taker. Daddy isn't, so he'll
But
wait
you need to follow
patiently.
the rules.
Okay. Anyway, so I crossed the road when it was safe to do so, and Tia was next to me, and I was pushing her brother in the pram. And she looked back, and she found her dad still on the pavement, like waiting on the pavement, waiting to cross. And so she ran back, Daddy! And then the car was coming, and it was like a horror movie for me and her dad. She had no idea that there was a car coming.
Because I'm like so small.
And we were rushing, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
And you're both like coming in together.
Both trying to rescue her, but yeah, that was.
It's not like I was going to stop in the middle of the thing. Some children.
She panicked and wanted her daddy. She went back to him.
I thought he was gonna
leave her.
Leave me.
Of course.
Okay, another memory.
Another memory
is just
going to school.
Going to school.
He always drops you off in the morning.
He always drops me off in the morning. He's always really dropped me off in the morning that I can remember. My mum used to drop me off to nursery and reception every day. And then from then on, it was mostly my dad. And yeah.
Okay. And you do things like you watch cooking shows.
We watch cooking shows together. We cook together.
You like that stuff.
We like to.
The foodies.
We like to cook together. We like to watch cooking shows together.
No. That makes it sound like you guys cook regularly. Your dad's hardly been in the kitchen.
Yeah, but recently he has.
Okay. What, 2 times? In 11 years? No. What then? 3 times.
I'm just saying my opinion.
Okay.
Baba comes in the kitchen every now and then. I'm not saying he does it regularly.
Okay. No, but I know what you're saying. Like when he does cook.
When he does cook,
he cooks with you. Yeah. That's cute. He does cook with you. And lessons learned from your daddy that you're going to share with your kids.
I'm going to share this to all my kids and to everybody who's listening. He once told me when I'm going to go through the story and then tell you what the moral of the story is, and then what the lesson is taught. I was looking for something maybe in the freezer or in the kitchen, and
he told you to go get something.
He told me to go get something, and I looked and looked and looked, and I proper looked. It wasn't just like
being lazy, like a glance.
I was actually proper looking, and I went back to the room and said, "Papa, I can't find the thing." And he said, "Look again." I looked again, didn't find it. Came back, can't find it. He said, "Look with your brain, not your eyes." I went back. Okay, got a little huff and puff. So I looked again, and it was right in the face. And what he was looking for, I found.
And the moral of the story? What did you realize there and then?
Don't just, your brain's turned off, and you're just looking with your eyes. But you're missing what is right in front of your face. So always look with your brain, not your eyes.
So your eyes are actually doing the looking. They are the object that does the looking, but it's actually your brain that interprets what the vision is. And so you need to have your brain.
You can't be moving. You can't be moving your eyes. Can't find the cup. Where's the flower cup? I can't find it.
Because your brain's not registering
and
this
right
information.
There. The flower cup is right there.
Which is an interesting fact because a lot of people don't look with their brain, look with their eyes. My sister is notorious for that. Oh my God. Always till today. You say to her, go get me whatever. She'll be like, I can't see it. I'm like, can you go get me the pen? I don't know where it is. It's not there. I swear to God, it's not there. It's right there. The pen's right there. Right there. But yeah, so it's a good advice, actually. I think that's quite clever.
And I'm going to tell it to my kids.
That's good. I think the thing that I've learned from my dad, and I think I'm going to teach my kids, well, I have taught you, but I'm going to, hopefully you guys will teach your kids as well, is that I'll always try and explain your queries, like your questions and your curiosity. My dad did that with me. Like whenever I had a question for him, he never shut me down or he never gave me one-worded answers. Like he always used to.
This is a end of discussion.
And then say if I wanted to know, yeah, but why do we use blah 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 blah? Like so, like for instance, my mom, she wouldn't really engage in good conversation. She'd be like, it is what it is. That's it. Like she doesn't have like time to talk. But my dad would want to explain to me in details why this is blah blah blah, what it's about. So like if I say to him, for instance, whereas if I have to say to him something like, Baba, like, how do you know that God exists, for instance, right? He wouldn't say something like, because our religion says so. No, he would say to me, God exists because blah, blah, blah,
in the Quran.
In this, and there are like, look at the sky or look at this, look at the animals, who do you think created them? And he'll try and explain to me, and he will spend long time. And I would ask more questions. He never gets fed up or bored or like khalas yani. Like he wouldn't say, oh come on man.
Khalas in Arabic means like that's it, finished.
He wouldn't be like, oh I'm done, stop asking me questions. He used to just like allow me to ask and then I would bring another question. And I think I've done that with you. I've allowed you to ask as many questions, everything that you want to know. I never.
But it depends what the question is. Can I build onto that?
Yes, of course.
It depends what the question is.
Such as?
If I'm asking about something that might give me the wrong message and I'm really young, then you might have said, I'll explain it to you when you're a little bit older.
Yes, that's true.
Because if you'd explained it to me when I was really, really young, I would have been really confused and got the wrong message, and then it would have been a bad influence on me and my brain, and then I would have done something wrong
or misunderstood it in the incorrect way. Absolutely. It's all about choosing the right time to give the message to the child. So that's really important. It's picking the right time. Don't hold back the messages, but you can pass it down at a more appropriate time. So that's what I've learned from my dad, and that's what I'm handed down to you. Fun activities. I remember doing something fun like with my dad, like a game with him. My dad wasn't really a fun person, I would say. I don't have very much fun memories with him. But he did used to always play this traditional game. I guess it doesn't exist. I don't know. But
what is it?
It's called Salah. And so what you have to do, right? You have to put your hand on my thighs and you have to sit opposite each other and you put your hand on your ears.
Me and my mum still play this.
And I taught this to you. And you put your hand on your laps and then
wait, put it on the table.
Well, that's gonna be difficult. But I have to put my hand in my ear and then she has to move her hand before I slap it. So she missed. So that was one game. And the other game, no, I don't know if that's called Salah. And the other game I used to play with him is you put your hand like this, you cover your face, and then you put your hand underneath your armpits, which is like weird. But you have to cover your face, and then there has to be a few of us. So it will be me, my brother, my sister, and my mum. And then we have to cover our face, and someone has to slap your hand. And then you point your finger, and then you turn around, and everyone points a finger up. and you have to guess who it is. It's like murder game.
Murder mystery.
Yeah. You know the one that you played at school?
Yeah,
when you wink at someone and
yeah.
they die. It's similar,
Yeah.
but you have to slap them. And we used to get really excited. So and then we used to go proper like boom. It's like and that would be the time that we used to try and revenge. Like if my sister was annoying me, that would be a time she'd be like boom, and like,
and then you'll be like
really angry. And then if you guessed it wrong, you'd get, I don't know, point or whatever it is that.
If you guessed it wrong.
Guessed it right. Whatever. I'm confused. Everything's upside down. But yeah, that's the games that I remember. That's the end games of fun kids that my dad did. He did with us. Nothing else.
Activities my dad did.
Colouring.
We do love
puzzles,
colouring. We play games together, like online games, like
Legos as well.
Legos. We do a lot of Legos. Oh, here's a fun one. We build stuff. So if it's ever a piece of furniture or like a picture frame or anything you need to physically build or fix, like mend, I will help him.
That's good.
And this little what is it called? The one that helps the builder.
DIY person. DIY assistant. Bob the Builder.
DIY Derek.
DIY Derek from Topsy and Tim. I don't know.
Yeah, that person.
Okay, she's the assistant basically.
Yes.
Right. Okay, cool.
Building
and give me a positive, like, role models. Like Daddy is always a role model, but a positive role model.
Okay. I'm ready.
Go on.
Daddy is always, even though he doesn't look it, he's always aware about what's around him. Like he could be
That's
focusing,
what makes him clever.
He's always around what's around him, what people are talking about. When someone's talking to him, he might look like he's ignoring you, but he can hear everything. And then he might turn around and say, blah, 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 blah. And he might be like, whoa, how did you know what I was going to say? But he doesn't look it. And what was the last question again?
Positive role models.
He's very polite in public.
And he's very calm as well.
Very calm, very polite. And just, I don't know, something to do with public. He's very...
So, but you make him sound like at home he's just like a totally different person.
No, at home he's... No.
He's still polite at home.
He's really polite in general.
And he's calm at
home. He's kind of in his own world as well.
All the time.
No, but he's still kind of aware, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like he's in his own world.
He's in the zone.
He's not. He doesn't care.
I think it's a man thing.
He doesn't care.
I think it's a daddy thing. I think men, when they get married and have kids, they kind of go, "Oh, what happened there?"
No, but then I think my dad specifically is not just that. At the same time, he won't be like, what happened? Like when he comes out of his zone, he's still connected.
So like,
he will know what's happening.
He's choosing to be in the zone, and he's like,
but he can still hear
subconsciously.
You.
He can hear everything.
He can hear it. It's like you can
keeps
sleep.
His distance.
Like a fun fact, by the way. What? You sleep with your eyes open.
Who can?
Everybody on Earth
can.
Yeah,
but they don't.
We all sleep with our eyes open sometimes.
How? When?
Our brain shuts down. Like let's say you're in class and you're just like this.
When you're daydreaming, is that what you mean?
No,
not a daydream.
It's true.
I'll have to take that fact.
Okay.
Not daydreaming.
Because
daydream is like a little break from.
No, like your brain shuts down.
Okay, we'll find that out. Okay, cool.
It's true.
Anyway, she just went off topic. Let's go back to Daddy. So Daddy's more like, do you know what it is? I think he doesn't want to be bothered. I think he keeps his distance because he just doesn't want the headache. I mean, he's there.
Yeah.
He's like a crocodile or an alligator. He's just
and out of the
lurking
blue,
in
he'll
the
be like
background. It's
that.
like snap, but he's just like.
I think that's what animal Bubba would be. He'd be a crocodile.
Yeah, like the one that
Not
goes
an
in
alligator.
murky waters.
An alligator or crocodile.
And he's just like
He's
observing
under
with
the
his
water.
eyes, watching. You can see everything.
And out of the blue, yeah, let me help.
That's that. He just doesn't want to be disturbed.
He just doesn't want to be disturbed.
Kept, left alone.
Yeah.
He's peaceful.
But he can tell the difference when I need to get out of my zone and when no, the opposite. I just said that.
Yeah.
When I need to step in, when I need to actually get out of my zone, and when actually this can wait. Like, it's not actually that serious, but somebody's making it sound like it's super serious, like me or my mom or somebody.
So my dad is like my husband, similar in the fact that he's out of the zone, but he doesn't choose to come back into the zone.
Okay.
So he's kind of like disconnected
he's always
from the
zone.
I'm
always out of the zone and I will never come out of the zone.
And he has headphones on and he's not interested. He's
you mean earphones?
Like
it's earphones, not even headphones. It's in your ears.
Like, he's definitely not going to listen to us. He's not interested. But the positive role model, the positive aspect of my daddy is he has a very strong faith, which I like. So that's really good. He has really strong faith.
That's
and
also
I love
my
that
dad.
about my dad.
I can add that on. He has a very strong faith.
And
not
two other things. And two other things he has. He's very active, which your dad doesn't have. I inherited the activeness from my dad. He's very active, which I love about him, and he's actually quite open-minded. So I remember like he's like an Arab, he's a Muslim, like
he's always open to people.
No, what I meant is like he expects, for instance, you'd expect us to be like when we were younger, to be married or to dress in a certain way or to wear the hijab or whatever, headscarf or whatever it is. But he wasn't like that.
He wasn't like that.
He was just so chilled.
He
didn't even bother. He was like, get married
to whoever you want. But if you do something wrong, like that is not like an option, he will like tell you.
Yeah. But I've never done that. But he's also so quite like laid back. He's quite open-minded, like a little bit liberal. Like he wasn't so strict on me. Like I remember he wasn't like my mom used to always try and encourage me to get married and whatever. It's a cultural thing that they need the girls to get married early. But my dad's like, no, don't worry about your mom. Don't worry about her. Just ignore her. Live your life. Work, study, travel, whatever. It's like when you find someone and you fall in love with him, then you tell me, Daddy, this is the one I want to marry, then it'll be okay. But we're not doing this whole arranged marriage business. He never believed in that. And he wasn't like picky, like he didn't ask me to put the veil on. He didn't say anything about the way I dress or whatever it is. He was cool. We would go out. We would, come back late. He was fine with that. But that's like
that's a bad example. I wouldn't say to come back late. Well, because it's not really good to come back late, depending on what age you're.
No, I was obviously an adult.
Okay, that's fine. Be specific.
30 years old. Because
whoever's like somebody might have heard that might have went, oh, okay, Mom, it's fine to go out late, and they might be like 30,
oh God, no. They have to be
60.
30 years old, like 30
to come back late.
To come back late.
Like the maximum I might go out late at maybe 15, 16 would be like 9.
Okay.
Would you say 9?
I think 9 is good.
No, not more than 10. Or
no,
like,
no.
Not 11, not 12.
No.
Like 9, 8, 9.
Yeah, that's good. I think that sounds good.
Because I'm legally, and it also depends on how mature the child is.
Of course, and you're super mature. Okay, next, Daddy. How do you show love to Daddy, and how does Daddy show love to you?
Well, my dad shows love to me by giving me a lot of attention, and
lots of
really engaging. Lots of kisses, lots
and
of
huggies,
and he's always engaging with me. He doesn't like ignore me. Like he might, like, when I ask a question, he might not answer it the second I ask. He would, like, if I ask, what do you want to eat today? He might go, for a few seconds.
5 minutes later. Ha 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 ha. That pause is her looking at me like angry. What?
And then he'll answer me, but he'll never like, he would always dismiss me. Like, he's always engaging. Like, if I'm with him, he won't like even if he's on the phone, like, he'll look at me, he'll acknowledge me.
Yeah.
But he might be really busy, he might not like do what I want him to do, but he knows I'm there. He knows I'm there.
That's good. That's nice. So daddy does acknowledge you and whatever, and he's very affectionate and he's very passionate as well. And
I give my dad a lot of attention. A lot of attention.
And your daddy's
and I give him lots of big kisses and big hugs.
And she's his your daddy's number one defender.
Yes, always defender.
My daddy, mommy, my daddy, I love him, mommy.
And I just giving him a lot of attention and affection, really.
Well, your daddy took all the lovey attention and affection from his daddy. His daddy's really lovely. My father-in-law, he's very affectionate. He's very he does the same thing. He acknowledges you. He looks you right dead in the eyes. He's like listening to you attentively. He's like, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm listening. Like,
but even if somebody, someone, when they look at you, they could be literally like thinking about something.
Yeah, daydreaming. Else. No, he would generally be listening to you, like clocked on, watching, observing, responding, acknowledging.
Like, that's my dad on the phone. Like, when he's listening, he might be driving and he's thinking about the drive, but no, he's actually listening to the conversation so he can reply with an answer, not yeah, I think you should, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's like
he's actually listening
in the conversation. It's like he's there.
And then my father-in-law was also very lovey. He'd love kisses and huggies, and he'd give smoochies, big smoochies, just like your daddy and you. You're very much the same. But unfortunately, from my experience, my daddy's the opposite. He never gave us a hug or a kiss, ever. And he's not attentive. He doesn't listen to us.
So I guess we'll skip that question for you.
Like, how does he show love? I don't know how.
Maybe inside. But he doesn't show it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He loves you, like, maybe more than anybody on earth, but he just doesn't show it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just, it's like,
how much does he love me? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how much he loves me.
I don't know.
He loves me.
I mean, how do I know he loves me? I don't know.
But I know he loves me.
Naturally, you think daughter, father.
I don't know if he even loves me.
I'm questioning that, but But I show love to my dad, even though he doesn't show it to me. But I show my love to my dad by doing whatever he wants. If he asks me for help, I get it for him. I do things for him. I ask about him. I call him. I go see him. I talk to him. I listen to him. I buy him gifts. I occasionally attempt to embrace and give him a little hug or a little pat on the shoulder or a little kiss, but he's very stiff. But even
when I hug my granddad, can I just say, his arms are on his side.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
he's rock.
He won't even lift his arms
to like embrace, to proper hug.
He might lift his hand and
what is it? A seal.
A seal.
This.
And that literally will be it. And it's like, I love you too.
Yeah. We know the love is deep down somewhere inside.
You don't want to show it.
Yeah. Well, he shows actually love by giving us sweets and chocolates. That's his thing. Yeah, that's true. No. Okay, so how
leftover sweets and chocolate? Can I just?
Okay, you don't need to bait out your granddad. They're not always leftover sweets.
They're not always leftover sweets.
And he does give us money.
And he does give.
Yeah. He's sometimes generous like that. Okay. role of fatherhood has changed recently.
I just went really close to you.
It's okay. You want to give me? I think it has changed because I think back in the days, dads didn't really do much. They expected the mummies to do most of the things.
The dads just go to work.
They just go to work, whatever it is, and then just bring the money home.
And they're always teaching. They're always with the son or with the daughter. The daughter's always has to be just like the mum, and the son always would like. The dad will come back from work and be like, "Go get that ball," and
it was
let's
more.
go.
Daddies are more like the discipline kind, but I think the roles have changed.
It's just changed.
Especially, I mean, for me, culturally, perhaps maybe if I don't know about other cultures, but like in our culture, the men, that's typically their role is to go work, come home, expect to be fed, and do nothing at home, and expect the wife to do everything. And then they just sit with the kids a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, you're right, whatever, and then that's it. Like they don't study with them, they don't take them to school, they don't bathe them, they don't feed them, they don't tuck them in.
The dad's just the base behind everything. He just gets the money.
He just gets the money, and
he
then
just gets the money, make sure we're alive,
and that's it. Yeah,
that's it.
And
which is good, which is a good role, because without the money,
you would
you would struggle.
But I think recently
Nowadays.
things have changed. Well, at least for your dad, I can say for a
Yeah.
fact, your dad was raised like the way I said,
Yeah.
right? So he even at the beginning, he thought, I'm just gonna go work and bring money and that's it. But I think it's
Now
changed
he's
now.
learned
He's
that-
learned that actually he needs more of an
and
active
now
role,
he's
and
more
he
like,
participates, and he's now more hands on, and he's supportive. He's more supportive and more hands-on. I'm sorry about the noises, but yeah, anyway. And I think that's changed. Like nowadays dads are different. They're more active, they're more involved in the kids, and they want to know what's going on in their lives and their friends and school and study and whatever it is, and trying to teach them and not just discipline. So I think that's how it's changed. And I think also special father and daughter relationship, the special bond they have. I don't have a special bond with my dad. I'm sorry, I don't have that. I mean, yes, I guess daddy, he's my daddy, and yeah, but I don't. My face is always. I don't know. I guess I don't feel more like, hey, daddy, that. Like I don't have that kind of feeling towards him.
I think it's because of, it has to do with the dad's dad.
Yeah.
It has to do with the dad's dad. Because if you don't get that love, then
I can't reciprocate it. Like I can't give it back.
You can't give it back.
Yeah, I guess so. So that for that reason,
That's why
my
dad is very. That's why me and my dad have such a strong connection, because my dad is super loving.
Yeah, no, I don't have that father-daughter bond. I mean, I think my dad has it with my sister because he's always felt more not closer to her, but I think he seemed to not love her more. But yes, if they always say parents have one child, their favorite, whatever it is. I think if that was the case, I think he does love Layla a bit more. But
nobody should take that offensively.
No, I'm doesn't. Not. No.
That's a good
It's natural.
thing.
It's a natural thing. It's fine. But I think he
I'm pretty sure secretly you and Baba have a secret favorite child.
No, I don't have a favorite child. No, I don't. But anyway, we're going back to Layla, right? So Layla, my sister, I think my dad favored her, and he probably has. She does have, because she always she always used to defend daddy, and like she used to always go to Baba if she wants anything, and he used to always say okay, where mum would say no, Baba would always say yes. And I think
it's the opposite. If I go to daddy, he'll say no.
They'll have a cute relationship. Yes. Yeah, they have a cute relationship together. But me, no, I don't have that with my dad. So sorry to say, no special father-daughter bond. However, Tia does. Tia has one with her daddy. Because like you said, because you have a good one with dad. and it exists.
Wow, my special one.
And as soon as you say daddy, daddy, and her heart melts, and she goes, you smoochy, smoochy, and cute. And he does as well. And he's like,
I tend to be the one.
My Tia, my daughter,
I
is she
tend to be the one.
okay? And he gets all protective over her.
I literally am the one that starts to get smoochy before him. And you'd always think that all the daughters are always like, Tan, stop embarrassing me. Stop giving me kisses. Stop hugging me. Don't hold my hand. Just walk next to me. Just don't do that. It's really embarrassing. Blah, blah, blah. But no, my special bond with my dad is that he's just kind of like my twin. He's not like my brother. He's not like my dad. He's not like my friend. We just have so much in common. Like
she said, he's exactly like her.
Well, almost everything.
So
I'm not including.
I thought you were a mini version of me. So how is it that you think you're like your dad?
Well, I meant personality-wise.
Oh, you look like me. You mean only?
No, you're so confusing.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyway, carry on.
I look like both of you. Well, actually, today you confess that I look more like Papa.
Yeah, you do. Cute.
That's not a bad thing.
No, you look like
Daddy.
He's handsome.
I look a bit like you.
So you're a mini version of Daddy.
I'm a mini version of Daddy.
And he understands you.
He understands me. We both like sports. We both like food. We like the same of everything. We have the same like clothing style. We have the same food style, like taste. I mean style. We just
and
everything.
He just
we just he gets me.
That's important.
He just gets me.
He makes you feel happy.
And he makes me feel happy whenever I'm around him. I could have like a rubbish,
and he feels the same thing. As soon as he comes in, he's like, "Oh, Habibti, my darling."
And
Habibti.
whenever I'm with Daddy, it's just like, Daddy, like I just get so happy.
And he gets happy.
Whenever I'm in hospital, and he just walks through the door, and I'm like, oh, Daddy! You know, just so excited and so happy.
So, and on that beautiful moment, what would you like to say to your daddy on Father's Day?
I love you, Daddy, lots and lots. You're the best. Keep being you, don't stop, and I can't wait till where life takes us in the future, and I hope that you always have happiness and every day reminds you how much I love you and my brother, obviously. Yeah, I love you lots.
And on that note, I'd like to say that I don't want to tell my dad to carry on being you because it's not the best, but I want to say also that I do love you, even though I don't want you to carry on being you, but I love you forever. Not that you have much,
interest,
but I do love you, and I will always love you, and forever and ever and ever, despite all our faults and our imperfections. You'll always be my dad, and I will always be here to serve you and to love you until we die. And may God give you great health and strength and happiness and a good afterlife, inshallah. We love you. Love you all, daddies.